Welcome. You're listening to the Do Video Podcast. Today is Friday, January 22nd, 2021, and it's the day to have a celebration of life. Now, embrace your host, Zoe Wood, the video confidence coach.
G'day crew, it's Zoe the Video Confidence Coach. Welcome to the Do Video Podcast, where today we're going to be talking about everything about Google My Business. And I would give you more information, but I think we'll move on to the first point, which is now. Yay! You're listening to the Do Video Podcast. So what is Google My Business, you say? Well, essentially, Google My Business is another Google product, but it's a free one meant for small businesses, medium and large one as well. But it's supposed to help you manage your Google stuff. So it's supposed to help you manage your Google Suite, which is like the essentially Microsoft equivalent, AdSense, your Gmail, and how you appear on Google, which is the fourth and I'd say most important thing about Google My Business. So Google My Business is this blue icon over here. It looks like a storefront and it has Google logo on it. You can find it by Googling it and it will come up when you Google it, and you may or may not have an account already depending on if you've signed up with Google or not. And if you don't, just create a Google account specifically for your business that hopefully has all your AdSense and stuff running through it, and from there you can go in as it shows up on the screen right now and you can make changes to your business listing. And this is really integral if you want to be shown up on Google when people actually search you. So if people search for your type of business in your local area, or even search up for you by name, if you have one of these panels to the right side if you're on desktop, and I think it's one of the first 3 or 4 non-paid slots when you're on mobile, it'll be incredibly helpful for you because people can see what your business is like and see that you're credible and that Google likes you for them to be happy to click onto your website and move on. And I also highly recommend that you get this sorted ASAP. If you do not have this now, okay, don't worry, don't panic, it'll be fine. We're just going to make sure that we get you on top of this sooner rather than later. And just a quick note before we begin, I got all these notes from a workshop I did with Dave from BetterClicks. BetterClicks is a business based in Geelong, but goes all over Australia. He's actually a Google partner, which is actually quite high up. You know, there's only so many Google partners around the world. And he does a lot of Google Tours or 360 photography. So say, for example, when you're on Google Maps, you go in and in some businesses, I think a fair few now, thanks to Dave, of course, you go in and you can click on a storefront and you can actually go inside the business and see what it looks like inside the storefront. And just to let you know, this is not paid advertisement. Dave is just a good mate of mine. He does really good business. And there's a lot of people that I've referred to him, especially when they've come to me saying, hey, I need this, 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 and this. And I think, cool, great. I can do those sort of things. But Dave from BetterClicks is much better at that than I am. So I hand them off to them. And before we get onto the little tips and tricks about Google My Business, make sure that you action this. Put this on the top of your to-do list. Because how you use Google My Business and all the things affiliated with it will help people find you on Google and subsequently online. If you do not have this sorted, you're making it so much harder for yourself. Do Video Podcast. All right, time to get started on the tips. Just to let you know that these are just a sample of some tips. So when you get into your Google My Business account, you'll notice that you can upload logos, images, screenshots, other things like that visually represent your business. I recommend making sure that they stay current at least every 3 months, adding some new photos in there. They don't have to be professional photos. I'm not stressing that. Just photos or images that represent your business. And if you're online, you can show the products that you show or even the services that you do. But make sure when you upload these images or photos that you have the description or the title underneath, and make sure that you fill that with keywords that relate to what's actually in the image. Because Google is a large company and they have a lot of robots underneath them to help them get the work done. And if you can provide the robots key phrases, keywords, information about the image in the description below as well, as to why this image would actually help someone who's searching for your type of business, give them all the information that you can, and they'll put you forward as a preference. Make sure when you post the images that they're photos and not blatant marketing material. And if you can help it, see if you can get humans inside your shot. So what I mean by this is that the people that are looking at these images, if they see someone using your product or if they see someone inside your shop, they're instantly going to think, cool, this is a place where I can go. And if you don't have any images with any humans in it, it may give people the impression of, okay, it's a business, cool, but no one seems to be in it. It seems a bit derelict.
Sponsored spot. So for today's sponsored spot, I'm going to ask you to check out my Google listing. So check out Video Confidence Coach on Google, and you'll be able to see my listing where I've incorporated most, probably not all, but most of these tips in this video. And you can check that out and maybe give me a review if you like my content, if you like my videos and my podcast episodes. Maybe give me a review. If not, you don't have to. I'm just saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Why don't you check it out? And we also have 3 episodes a week on the Do Video podcast. So you can probably just, maybe review those on Apple Podcasts if you like instead. You're listening to the Do Video podcast.
Google My Business has a lot of things that it has. So it has events, it has posts, it has images, it has your general information on your business, like your open times, where you're located, and the name of your business. But it also has other helpful things like posts, events, and something else that I've forgotten. I know, I'm doing a video on it, I've forgotten. But essentially what you want to do is in the events tab, that when you click on the events section, you can post an event. It doesn't actually specifically have to be an event though, but it can be either a recent blog post or something that you want to be present and represent your business, and you can put that event as a 365-day event that lasts all year long, and it will go to the front of the queue. When I say front of the queue, when people Google that information, it's going to be one of the first things that pops up about your business. So make sure it's relevant, helpful, and don't be spammy. Another tip for Google My Business that may seem a bit obvious is make sure you update your information. Keep it as current as possible. You can do this by downloading the app that's on iOS and Android to update it on a fairly regular basis. And if not, just put something in your calendar or your diary that says, update my listing, at least every 3 months. You might not have to change a lot, but as long as you're updating and letting people know, especially when you're open on public holidays or not, is going to be incredibly helpful. And one thing that you can definitely do from Google My Business listing is look at your Google reviews. So when people go to the Maps section or when they see your business on Google, there's actually a reviews tab on one of the options that they can choose, and they can review your business 1 to 5 stars with a description. And anyone with a Google account can do this. And you'll always get an email notification when someone does review your business. Make sure you reply to them, make sure that you answer any of their questions that they have, or thank them for reviewing. And a quick bonus tip. Get people to review you. It brings up your listing. Don't spam it. I'm not saying spam it. Just make sure if you get someone saying, hey, I love the work that you do for me, you say, great, can you put a review on my Google listing or on Facebook? It'll help you a lot. A Google My Business listing will help you if you have any issues with Google. Say, for example, the location of your business is wrong on Google Maps. You can use your listing as a preference to Google to say, hey, this is my listing. The location's wrong. I can't seem to fix it. Can you please fix it for me? And if you have that Google listing, you've got that credibility with Google saying, hey, I've been working with you guys for a while. Help me out.
Before we end the podcast, I would like to acknowledge and pay respects to the Wadawurrung people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional custodians and owners of the land on which I produce this podcast. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. I stand with the traditional custodians of these lands in working towards a more equal future. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people continue to face discrimination and disadvantage due to our country's colonial past. I stand with them in their fight against injustice. The Do Video podcast and Video Confidence Coach exist purely for educational purposes, and all information provided is of a general nature and should not be solely relied upon to make a branding decision. That's why you get me to consult with you directly. Wink, wink. My email is pod@vcc.training if you're interested. I ask if you like the show to subscribe and give me 5 shining stars on your review on your podcaster of choice. And join the Video Confidence crew by following me on my socials. Links in the show notes below. TLDW, too long didn't watch. Google My Business is a free tool for your business to control at least a little bit on how you are seen on Google, the biggest search engine in the world. Keep your listing up to date, which means more eyes on your brand, and interacting with reviews, community posts, and interactions with your business through the Google My Business listing will help you build up your personal brand on Google. What's next? Well, why not check out our Video Confidence Coach YouTube channel, which is different to the Do Video Podcast YouTube channel. So Do Video Podcast and YouTube are on different things because there is a difference. So why not check out the Video Confidence Coach YouTube channel in the description below, or what have you in the show notes of this episode, to check out 2 videos a week that we post on various different topics that are hopefully going to be helpful to you in building your personal brand. I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast episode and you've learned a lot and you feel like you've learned a lot and all the good stuff. And I will see you, well, you'll hear me, is what I'm trying to probably say, on the next episode of the Do Video Podcast. Bye.